New videos every day.
Today I'm talking about the benefits of breastfeeding for the infant. And chances are if you're watching this video, you're either a woman and you breastfed, or you're thinking about breastfeeding, or eventually when you have children you want to know about breastfeeding. Or if you're a male, maybe your spouse has breastfed in the past, or you're considering it for the future. So regardless of who you are or what your circumstances, I'd like to know that if you yourself have breastfed a child, or maybe you're married and your spouse has, I'd like to know if you breastfed, how long did you breastfeed? And then if you didn't, I'd like to know your reason why you didn't. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that you breastfeed your child at least 6 months exclusively, and then up to a year breastfeeding support. In other words, at 6 months you can start introducing semi-solid foods, but the recommendation is to breastfeed up to a full year, and then actually you can breastfeed beyond that as long as both you and the child are willing, and the child isn't wanting to do exclusive solid food. But my personal and professional opinion is the closer you get to 12 months of breastfeeding, the best benefit for your child, and of course you can go over that. Breast milk is a complete form of nutrition for your infant. It has the perfect amount of fat, protein, carbohydrates, minerals. It is the complete source of nutrition. If you're depending on something that's artificial, which is what formula is, there's an imbalance in those different nutrients. And the formula companies, they really try to get very close to what breast milk contains and to resemble it, but it doesn't equal breast milk. It is the perfect combination of nutrients. Breast milk is easier to digest than formulas, and especially cow's milk if your child is over a certain age group and they're able to drink cow's milk. But a lot of times when you're introducing formula into an infant's diet, they will have diarrhea, colic symptoms, allergies, a lot of different side effects associated with non-breast milk. And that's just because when they're born, their digestive systems are not fully developed, and so anything that is not natural, which would be anything besides breast milk, is just harder on their bodies. Infants who are breastfed, actually, studies show that they are leaner and they gain less excessive weight over the period of time that they're infants and in early childhood. So infants that aren't receiving breast milk, maybe they were introduced to formula early in life, or maybe they didn't get any breast milk whatsoever. A lot of times they tend to be heavier children, heavier babies, and they don't develop as much muscle mass. This is really interesting. Some recent studies show that breastfed children actually will score higher on their IQ test. So why not breastfeed? Give your kid that extra advantage over the competition. Breastfed children have a lower susceptibility to developing food allergies. So as a parent, if you have a child and they haven't developed any food allergies yet, or maybe they have, you yourself know how difficult it is to feed a child that has food allergies. You have to change recipes, maybe if you have other children that don't have those allergies, you have to make multiple meals. It just adds a lot of effort and time into meal preparation as a parent. And breastfeeding is one of the ways to reduce that risk. It's going to make it easier on you and your child. Breast milk has a lower risk of contamination. So if you are buying your formula at the grocery store, you're bringing it home, you're preparing it, you're transferring it from containers to bottles, and your child is drinking it throughout the day, whatever the case may be, they have a higher risk of contamination, bacteria getting into their digestive systems, and when they are so susceptible to infection as it is already, there's certainly no reason to increase that risk by avoiding breastfeeding. Breastfed babies have a 34% chance lower risk of developing diabetes type 1. Their risk is also lower for diabetes type 2, for leukemia, lymphoma, and Hodgkin's disease. And also breastfed babies have a 20 to 30% chance lower of being obese later on in their lifespan. And then the other illnesses that they have a lower risk for in general is just respiratory illness and infection. And this is one of the most important benefits. The reason why the infant has a lower risk of contracting diseases, infection, diarrhea, things like that, is because the mother actually shares her immune system with the infant through the breast milk. So if a baby is being exclusively fed through formula or not breastfed long enough, that baby doesn't inherit the benefit of all of that immune system because the mother passes on those antibodies to the child. And because infants are born with a very weak immune system, it's not developed, that is really the best way in order for the mother to ensure that the child stays healthy, is to breastfeed. In upcoming videos, I'm going to do one on the benefits of breastfeeding for the mother and for the environment. And also, the Japanese have a 3% obesity rate. America has a 32% obesity rate. So basically, America is 10 times fatter than Japan. So the video I'm going to do about that is what is the secret to the Japanese diet? So with all these upcoming videos, it would benefit you to subscribe so that you make sure that you get to watch all these great videos. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and rating the videos. You know, it's crazy because even out of all the hits that we get on the videos, there's such a small percentage of people that actually rate the videos, but that really helps other people find this important information. So thank you to those that actually rate it. Thank you to everyone that leaves comments, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. There are over 350 videos on our channel, and I doubt you've seen them all. And the topics range from weight loss, nutrition, sexual health, all the way to psychology and mind control, and anywhere in between. And I think if you check them out, you're going to find some really interesting stuff.